Hello and welcome to my allotment. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is a very grey day today. It's not too cold though, and I'm ready to do some good work down here today. I have found some black fabric in my garden. I actually found this underneath a bush in my garden. I was actually going to buy some of this a couple of weeks ago. I was talking about it. I don't know if you remember that I was going to be covering the beds down here with black fabric for the winter, as I'm not growing anything on the allotment over winter this year. For those of you that are new here, I have got a freezer full of vegetables that I need to get through before I even think about growing anything again on the allotment. So I'm hoping that by spring my freezer will be empty and I will be ready to start filling it again. So because of that reason, because I'm not going to be growing anything down here over winter, I wanted to get the beds covered so that the weeds don't start taking over the plot. I was going to buy some of this, but I found it under a bush. Who else does that when they're clearing up in their gardens, finds things? So this is actually 14 metres by 1 metres. I don't know why I would have bought this, to be honest with you, but I've got it and it's going to come in handy. So I'm going to start covering the beds down here, and then that will give me the winter to sort of plan for what I want to do next year. I'm not going to be moving any beds anytime soon, so I want to stop those weeds from growing, and I'm going to cover the beds. And once I finish doing that, I'm going on the hunt for something. So stay with me to the end if you want to see what I'm hunting for. So this is the first bed that I'm going to cover. This had potatoes in it this year, and previously it's had asparagus in it before I moved it. So I'm not even going to weed this. I'm going to leave everything that's in it, and I'm just going to cover it with the fabric. And then I've got some pieces of wood and bricks and things that I'll just anchor that down with. First of all, I need to cut this to size. Now, I'm not going to be too precious about it. I'm just going to try and cut it so that it covers the space inside. Oh, this is really wet, obviously, where it's been in the garden. Lovely. Let's try and get this off. I'm just going to roughly, in fact, that is probably just about the right length, so that's handy. So I just need to find out the right width. Sorry, that's probably about the right width. So let's see where I need to cut. And any of you that have been following me for a long time know that I'm not very precise, so I think about there should do it. First one down, and I've picked these two at the top, so this one and this one, because they're the easiest to do. Some of them have got things to harvest in and other things like that, so that's something I've learned, and that is a tip. If you're looking to do a job that looks quite overwhelming and you look and you think that's going to take a long time or it's going to be awkward, always start with the easiest bit and then you build a bit of momentum. Bed number 2 down. Next beds are going to be these two right here. I need to weed these. This is too big to just put that fabric on top of. The black fabric that I'm using is not a blackout fabric, so it's quite thin, and it's fine if you're just putting on top of a few little bits and pieces, but this would just be too much. It's not heavy enough for this. So I am going to literally pull these out and just leave them on top, and then I will put the black fabric on top. Oh, look what I just found. So cute. Little sweet dumpling. And another one. I'll use these for little decorations. So I've pulled all the big bits out, and all the little bits I will just leave on top, like I said. There are 2 chive plants here, so what I might do is just fold the corners back just to keep them out. But I am definitely going to just cover the rest of it. Now for this one with the broccoli and this one with the cauliflower, I'm gonna have to be harvesting some things. So still got some broccoli to harvest in here, as well as the leaves, and the same with this side. So I'm gonna get my trolley out of the mini polytunnel, which again, that needs some black fabric in it. And I'm gonna sort of work on those 3 things. Not in here. Okay, I was opening this to get my trolley. Trolley's not in there. Where's my trolley? Trolley was in the shed, but I still need to do the mini polytunnel anyway. But this is what I walked around today, because as I said, I'm going to be on the hunt for something on the way home. Please join me for that. But I wanted to take anything home in the trolley, which is why I thought I'd get it out the mini polytunnel, but it wasn't even there. It was in the shed. I need to put black fabric in here anyway, so I'm going to get that done now. So the polytunnel's done, the bed at the front's done, and the 2 beds at the back are done. I've only got a certain amount of fabric left, so I'm just going to see roughly how many more beds I'll be able to do, because I might be able to just do 1 of the long ones or potentially 2 small ones. Let's see how much I've got, and then I can work out. Staple in that. Okay, let's have a look. I haven't quite got enough for 2. So I'm thinking, could I do the asparagus bed? Because I'm thinking this would be quite good just to cover it, and then I could just take this off in spring. Let me see if it'll fit. I think that will just about fit. So I'm going to cut the asparagus down and weed a little bit of the rest of the bed, and then I'm going to get that covered. So I've just harvested all of these seed pods. These are the radishes that I grew last year, or this year should I say. So I'm harvesting them so I can keep them, take them home and save the seed. As I've been going through, I've just found some really, really strange. I mean, I'm going to pull this now, but I mean, where I've just let it go to seed. Look at that. That is a radish. Isn't that hilarious? Absolutely fantastic. So I've got a lot of these that have just got really big. They just need to be pulled now. I've harvested a lot of the seeds. The nasturtiums as well, they just need to be pulled out, and then I can just cover this, ready for the asparagus to grow next year. I'm quite pleased with that, considering I just found that underneath a bush. So I've got the one right at the front covered, the asparagus bed here. I have got these two right at the back by the polytunnel. They're covered, and inside the polytunnel as well. And those of you that followed me for a while would know, not this year but the year before, the polytunnel was completely overgrown the following spring. So I don't want to replicate that, because I didn't grow anything in it that year that it did that, and I'm not growing anything in it this year, and I just don't want to replicate that. So this black fabric is not going to stop absolutely everything. It will just really help suppress it, and it will be easier for me to keep on top of it. So I've still got the bed with the broccoli, the bed with the cauliflower, this one that had some outdoor tomatoes in it, it's actually got some foxgloves in it as well. I have got these two that had pumpkins in them, and I think there's actually some sweet dumplings on here. Yeah, look, still got a couple of sweet dumplings on there as well. I'll probably give that another couple of weeks, and I'll harvest the rest of them, and then I will cover them as well. But I haven't got a lot. This has got strawberries and rhubarb in it, so these won't be covered. This has got oregano in it, so I'll probably just try and cover maybe just the edge of it, or maybe just cut a hole and leave that in. But it's not a problem for now, because I haven't got the black fabric now. But actually there's probably only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6 out here to be covered, but they're all the small beds. And then I'm just tripping over on some apples there. And then in here I've just got the long beds, but I will just do exactly the same in there that I've done out here, and I will just cover the beds. I just need to take everything out of here, but I'm not in any rush. It feels good. It feels good to have the winter to sort of do all these things. I need to top up the wood chip and do a bit of weeding and things like that, but actually it feels good that I'm not rushing to do anything. It feels good that I'm just going to be doing it here and there. I've got to tell you, it feels good. And the fruit cage, need to sort that out, but that's not covering anything. That is just sort of working out what I want in there and getting rid of a lot of rubbish. I think I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of rubbish over the winter. I've still got these apples up here, and I think actually I might try and harvest them, because I've made cider again. So I've made cider with the apples from my tree at home, but I might actually make some apple pies and apple crumbles with these. I might harvest these now actually. So this is what I'm going home with. Some lovely apples. I've got some little pumpkins for decoration, some little sweet dumplings, and I've got my seeds here, my radish seeds that I have kept, and by the look of it, an old spider. So I am going to take these, but I'm going on a little hunt now. I'm going to walk back through the local nature reserve, and I'm on the hunt for something. So I've just come out of my allotment. I am pulling my little trolley with my apples in it and my few bits, and I'm hoping if I walk back this way, so I'll just turn you around. So I'm walking basically through a bit of a field. I'm looking for some sloes. I am looking for some sloes. I'm on the hunt for some sloes, because one of my friends was making sloe gin, and I just got a bit of FOMO. I got a bit of fear of missing out. I think I can see some. Okay, I think there's some there. I think on that tree, I think there's some there. I didn't have to hunt very far, did I? I didn't have to go very far. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, there's loads here. Oh, I'm so pleased. I thought I'd have to go a bit further in. I knew they had some of these bushes here. And look, lo and behold, there's quite a few. And I think all these bushes here are the same. So I'm going to try and see what I can reach and take as many as I can. So now it's just a case of me harvesting some of them. So they are quite small, blue, purpley colour sort of fruits. I want to try and get as many as I can. I'm not sure how many you actually need, so I'm just going to keep going, and I'm not going to take all of them, but I'm going to take as many as I can. So inside here, as you can see, this is a really good bush. It has got loads and loads and loads, so I'm going to try and get as many off of this one as I can. But as you can see, I am not taking all the wildlife's food, because as you can see, this whole hedge is blackthorn. So I've got a nice harvest of apples, a nice harvest of sloes. I'm really chuffed with that. Thank you so much for watching me today. If you want to see how I make sloe gin, please let me know in the comments as well, and I might do a video on that if it would be popular. Thank you again for watching. It really does mean a lot to me, and I will see you again soon.